What if I told you there's a single type of bacteria that could shape your immune system, protect your gut, and even influence your brain, starting from the very first days of your life? And here's the shocking part. Most people today don't have enough of it anymore. This bacterium is called Bifidobacterium infantis, and scientists now believe its absence may be one of the hidden reasons behind rising allergies, gut disorders, chronic inflammation, and even metabolic disease. In this video, we're going to break down what Bifidobacterium infantis actually is, why it's critical for infants and adults, what modern science, including PubMed studies, says, how it interacts with breast milk, and how you can support it naturally. Let's dive deep into the microbiome. What is Bifidobacterium infantis? Bifidobacterium infantis is a beneficial gut bacterium belonging to the Bifidobacterium genus. It is one of the first microbes to colonize the human gut after birth. Scientifically, it's known for its unique ability to digest human milk oligosaccharides, HMOs, produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, reduce gut inflammation, strengthen intestinal barrier function, unlike many probiotics. This bacterium is specifically adapted to human infants. Why it's critical for infants. When a baby is born, its gut is nearly sterile. Within days, microbes begin to colonize the intestine. And here's where Bifidobacterium infantis becomes essential. Breast milk connection. Breast milk doesn't just feed the baby, it feeds the bacteria. Specifically, HMOs, human milk oligosaccharides. These are complex sugars that babies cannot digest, but B. infantis thrives on. This creates a powerful biological system: mother, milk, bacteria, baby health, PubMed insight. Studies show that infants with high levels of B. infantis have lower intestinal inflammation, produce more beneficial metabolites, show better immune development. One key finding: reduced levels of fecal endotoxins, lower risk of autoimmune triggers. Modern problem: microbiome loss. Here's the problem: modern lifestyles are wiping out this bacterium. Reasons: C-section births, antibiotic use, formula feeding, processed diets, lack of microbial exposure. Research suggests many infants in Western countries lack B. infantis entirely. This is a massive shift compared to ancestral populations. Consequences: without B. infantis, higher gut pH, increased pathogenic bacteria, more inflammation, weaker immune signaling. How it works in the gut: Bifidobacterium infantis acts like a metabolic engine. Key functions: ferments HMOs, produces SCFAs, lowers gut pH, inhibits pathogens, produces acetate, strengthens gut barrier protection. The gut lining is your body's first defense system. B. infantis helps tight junction integrity, reduce leaky gut, immune modulation. Immune system programming, early microbiome exposure. Yes, lifelong immune blueprint. B. infantis helps train the immune system to tolerate beneficial microbes, reduce allergic responses, prevent overactive inflammation. Scientific findings: studies show reduced risk of eczema, lower inflammatory markers, improved immune tolerance. Role in adult health. Even though it's associated with infants, B. infantis can benefit adults too. Potential benefits: IBS symptom reduction, inflammation control, gut-brain axis support. IBS research. Clinical studies suggest Bifidobacterium infantis can improve bloating, abdominal pain, bowel regularity. Gut-brain connection. Your gut talks to your brain, and bacteria like B. infantis influence neurotransmitter production, inflammation levels, stress responses, potential effects, mood regulation, anxiety reduction, cognitive function support. How to support B. infantis. For infants, breastfeeding, critical. For adults, prebiotic fibers, low processed diet, avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Conclusion: Bifidobacterium infantis is not just another probiotic. It's a foundational microbe, one that shapes immunity, protects the gut, influences lifelong health, and yet modern life is silently removing it. The question is, are we missing something essential? Human milk oligosaccharides, HMOs, the secret fuel. Let's go deeper into one of the most fascinating biological systems ever discovered: human milk oligosaccharides, or HMOs. These are complex carbohydrates found in breast milk. But here's the surprising truth: babies cannot digest HMOs. So why are they there? Because they are designed not for the baby, but for the bacteria. Evolutionary intelligence. HMOs act as selective fuel for beneficial microbes, inhibitors for pathogenic bacteria, immune modulators, and among all bacteria, Bifidobacterium infantis is the master consumer of HMOs. PubMed evidence simplified studies show that B. infantis contains specific gene clusters for HMO metabolism, outcompetes harmful bacteria in the infant gut, produces high levels of acetate and lactate. Why this matters. This creates a biological selection system. Only beneficial bacteria survive, harmful bacteria suppressed. This is nature's way of designing a healthy microbiome from day one. Protection against pathogens. Bifidobacterium infantis doesn't just live in the gut, it actively protects it. Mechanisms of defense. pH reduction creates an acidic environment. Pathogens struggle, nutrient competition, consumes available nutrients, starves harmful bacteria. Barrier reinforcement strengthens intestinal lining. Pathogens, it helps suppress E. coli, Clostridium species, Salmonella, Enterobacteriaceae. Key insight: infants with low B. infantis levels show higher colonization by harmful bacteria. This is directly linked to inflammation, infection risk, immune dysfunction. Inflammation control. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest health threats today, and it often begins in the gut. What B. infantis does reduces pro-inflammatory cytokines, increases anti-inflammatory signals, regulates immune cell responses. PubMed findings research shows infants colonized with B. infantis have significantly lower gut inflammation markers, reduced endotoxin levels. Long-term impact. Early inflammation patterns can influence autoimmune disease, risk metabolic health, neurological development. Gut-brain axis advanced. Let's go deeper into the gut-brain axis. This is not just a theory anymore. It's a scientifically validated system. How it works. The gut communicates with the brain through the vagus nerve immune signaling metabolites. Role of B. infantis. B. infantis produces short-chain fatty acids, neuroactive compounds. These influence serotonin pathways, stress hormones, brain inflammation. Research insight. Studies suggest gut microbiome composition can affect anxiety, mood, cognitive function, metabolic health connection. Your metabolism is deeply connected to your microbiome. B. infantis effects. Improves energy extraction, regulates fat storage, influences insulin sensitivity. Observations. Low levels of beneficial bifidobacteria are linked to obesity, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome. Microbiome imprinting. The first 1,000 days of life are critical. This is when the microbiome is programmed. What happens here? Immune system calibration, microbial diversity formation, metabolic pathways development. If B. infantis is missing immune imbalance, higher disease susceptibility, altered microbiome trajectory. C-section versus natural birth method plays a major role in microbiome development. Vaginal birth, babies are exposed to maternal vaginal microbiota, beneficial bacteria. C-section birth, babies are exposed to skin microbes, hospital environment bacteria. Impact: C-section babies often show lower bifidobacterium levels. Antibiotics and microbiome damage. Antibiotics are life-saving, but they also destroy beneficial bacteria. Effects: reduced microbiome diversity, delayed colonization, long-term imbalance. Critical insight: early antibiotic exposure may permanently alter microbiome composition. Formula versus breastfeeding. Breast milk contains HMOs, immune factors, beneficial microbes. Formula does not fully replicate this. Result: breastfed infants, higher B. infantis levels. Modern microbiome. Crisis compared to ancestral humans. Modern microbiomes show reduced diversity, missing key species, increased inflammatory profiles. Hypothesis: loss of microbes like B. infantis may contribute to autoimmune diseases, allergies, chronic illness. Probiotic supplementation. Can we restore B. infantis? We can take it as a supplement. Important note: not all probiotics are equal. Strain specificity matters. Prebiotics and diet. To support beneficial bacteria, feed them key nutrients: fiber, resistant starch, prebiotics. Future of microbiome science. We are entering a new era. Personalized microbiome medicine. Future possibilities. Targeted probiotics. Microbiome therapies. Disease prevention. Bifidobacterium infantis is not just a probiotic. It is a foundational organism, biological architect, immune system trainer, and its decline may be one of the most important hidden health issues of our time. Clinical trials. What does human data show? Let's move beyond theory. What do actual human studies show about Bifidobacterium infantis? IBS clinical trial, key study. Clinical trials have shown reduced abdominal pain, improved bowel movement regularity, decreased bloating. Study insight: participants taking B. infantis showed significant symptom improvement compared to placebo. Why it works? Because it regulates immune response, reduces gut inflammation, stabilizes microbiome composition. Immune system signaling, deep dive. Your immune system doesn't just react, it learns. Role of B. infantis: it helps train immune cells to recognize beneficial microbes. avoid overreaction, reduce autoimmune triggers. Mechanisms: T regulatory cell activation, cytokine balancing, endotoxin reduction. Without it, immune system becomes overactive, unstable, prone to inflammation. Leaky gut and barrier function. The gut lining is a critical defense barrier. B. Infantis effects: strengthens tight junctions, reduces permeability, protects against toxins. Leaky gut consequences: systemic inflammation, immune activation, metabolic dysfunction, allergies, and autoimmune disease. There's growing evidence linking microbiome imbalance to eczema, asthma, food allergies. Research direction: infants with HF higher Bifidobacterium levels show lower allergy risk, better immune tolerance. Microbiome engineering. We are entering the era of microbiome engineering. What this means: custom probiotic strains, personalized gut treatments, disease-targeted bacteria. Can adults restore B. infantis? This is one of the most common questions. Reality check. Adults can support microbiome health, but restoring infant-level dominance is harder. Possible strategies: targeted probiotics, prebiotic-rich diet, reducing inflammation. The Western diet problem. Modern diets are low in fiber, high in sugar, ultra-processed. Impact: reduced beneficial bacteria, increased inflammation, microbiome imbalance. Prebiotics, the real key. Probiotics are only part of the story. Prebiotics feed bacteria. Inulin, FOS, resistant starch, insight without prebiotics. Probiotics don't survive long. Microbiome and longevity. There's increasing evidence that microbiome health influences lifespan. Observations: healthy microbiome linked to lower inflammation, better metabolic health, reduced disease risk. Let's step back and look at the big picture. You are not just human. You are an ecosystem. And inside that ecosystem, there are microscopic organisms shaping your health from the moment you are born. Bifidobacterium infantis is one of those organisms, and it may be one of the most important microbes in human history. Yet today, it is disappearing. Not because of evolution, but because of modern life. The question is no longer, do probiotics matter? The real question is, what have we lost that we didn't even know we needed? And more importantly, can we get it back? If you want to understand how your body really works and the benefits of probiotics, subscribe to this channel because we turn complex scientific topics into simple and powerful information that you can actually use. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who cares about their health.